Welcome to the Captain English Podcast, your favorite place to supercharge your English speaking skills. I'm Paul, and as always, I'm thrilled to be here with my fantastic co-host, Alice.
Hey everyone, it's great to be back. And Paul, every time you say supercharge, I feel like I could suddenly fly or something. Maybe it's the English knowledge powering me up.
Haha, exactly. That's the idea. We want our listeners to feel empowered, confident, and ready to speak English like a native. And speaking of which, Alice, have you ever had to describe your house to someone who's never seen it?
Oh, absolutely. It happens all the time, especially when I'm meeting new people or trying to give directions. And honestly, sometimes I find myself using the same old words, It's a house, it has rooms, not exactly painting a picture, is it?
That's exactly it. And that's what we're tackling today on Captain English. We're going to dive deep into how to describe your house like a native speaker. We're talking about going beyond just listing rooms and really bringing your home to life with vivid, natural English. So, are you ready to explore the vocabulary and phrases that will make your descriptions shine?
I am so ready. Our homes are such a huge part of our lives, right? They're where we relax, where we live, where we make memories. It's only natural we want to describe them well. So, where do we even begin, Paul? What's the first step to describing your house like a native speaker?
Great question, Alice. The very first thing a native speaker often does is categorize their dwelling. We don't just say, it's a house. We specify the type of house. This immediately gives a listener a mental image. For instance, is it a detached house?
Okay. So a detached house means it stands alone, right? Not connected to any other buildings. Like a standalone house with its own garden all around.
Precisely. That's the ideal, often. Then we have semi-detached houses, which means two houses joined together side by side. Very common in the UK, for example. And then terraced houses, which are a row of identical houses all joined up.
Right, so terraced is like a long row, semi-detached is two, and detached is one. Got it. What about if it's not a house, but an apartment? Do we just say apartment?
Good point. In American English, apartment is very common. In British English, we often say flat. So, I live in a flat or I live in an apartment. You can also get more specific. A studio flat means it's one main room that serves as the living room, bedroom, and kitchen, with a separate bathroom. Or a penthouse apartment, which is a luxurious one on the top floor of a building.
Oh, a penthouse. Sounds fancy. I think I'd struggle to describe a penthouse with my current vocabulary, haha. But seriously, this is really useful. Just knowing these basic types already makes your description more specific.
Absolutely. And don't forget bungalows, which are single-story houses typically without stairs. And then, for something a bit more charming, you might have a cottage, which is usually a small, old, traditional house, often found in the countryside. Or a villa, which sounds quite grand, often a large, luxurious house, typically in a warm climate.
Wow, so many options! So after we've established the type of dwelling, what's next? Do we start talking about the rooms?
Not quite yet. A native speaker often moves from the general to the specific, and from the exterior to the interior. So, after the type, we might talk about the outside of the house. Does it have a garden, a front garden, and a back garden?
Yes, my house has both. A small front garden with some flowers, and a bigger back garden with a patio where we have barbecues in the summer. How would you describe that naturally?
Perfect! You could say, it's a detached house with a lovely, well-maintained front garden and a spacious back garden, complete with a paved patio area, perfect for entertaining. See how those adjectives, lovely, well-maintained, spacious, and paved, add so much?
Yeah, that's so much better than just, it has a garden. It really paints a picture. What else about the exterior?
Well, does it have a driveway for parking? A garage for the car or storage? What about the roof? Is it tiled or slate? Are the windows large, small, bay windows, and the front door? Is it wooden, painted a bright color, imposing?
Okay, this is getting really detailed. I never thought about describing my roof. But you're right, it adds to the overall image. My house has a short driveway, a small attached garage, and a traditional tiled roof. The windows are double glazed and the front door is a solid oak door painted a deep blue.
Excellent. Now you're building a complete picture. You could say, it's got a short driveway leading to a small, attached garage and a traditional tiled roof. The windows are all double glazed and the focal point of the entrance is a solid oak front door painted a striking deep blue. Notice focal point and striking?
Oh, focal point and striking. Those are really good words. I feel like I'm already upgrading my vocabulary. Before we go inside, Paul, do you have any general tips for our listeners to remember all these words?
Absolutely. The best way to remember is to practice. Look around your own home right now or even a picture of a house and try to describe it using these new terms. Don't be afraid to experiment. And hey, while you're at it, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us bring more great content like this to you every week.
Yes, please subscribe. We love seeing our Captain English community grow. Okay, Paul, we've talked about the outside. Now the moment everyone's been waiting for. Let's go inside. Where do we start when we step through that striking deep blue door?
All right, Alice, let's step inside. The first thing you usually encounter is the hallway or entrance hall. You can describe its size. A spacious hallway, a narrow corridor, a small entrance foyer. Then you might mention what it leads to. The hallway opens up into a large living room, or from the hallway you can access the kitchen and stairs.
Okay, so connecting the spaces is key. My hallway is quite long and narrow. It has a coat rack and a small table. So, a long, narrow hallway with a practical coat rack and a small console table. That sounds pretty native, right?
Spot on, Alice. Practical and console table are great additions. Now, let's talk about the main rooms. The living room or lounge is often where people spend a lot of their time. Here you can describe the feel or atmosphere. Is it cozy and inviting, bright and airy, modern and minimalist, or traditional and comfortable?
Ah, the atmosphere. That's where you really start to bring the house to life. My living room is definitely cozy and inviting. It's got a large, plush sofa, a warm fireplace, and lots of soft lighting. So our living room is incredibly cozy and inviting, with a huge, plush sofa, a working fireplace that we love in winter, and soft ambient lighting that makes it feel really warm.
Fantastic! Incredibly cozy, plush sofa, working fireplace, soft ambient lighting, those are all excellent natural ways to describe it. You're not just listing items, you're painting a sensory experience. What about the kitchen?
The kitchen, the heart of the home, right? Mine is open plan, which is a popular term now, meaning it connects to the dining area. It's well equipped with modern appliances and it has ample counter space. So our kitchen is an open plan space, very well equipped with all the latest modern appliances. And I love that it has ample counter space for cooking and preparing meals.
Excellent vocabulary there, Alice. Open plan, well-equipped, modern appliances, ample counter space, these are all terms native speakers use every day. You're also highlighting the functionality and benefits, which is a great touch. Moving on to the more private spaces, how would you describe a bedroom?
For bedrooms, I think about comfort and light. My bedroom is bright and airy during the day thanks to a big window. It's peaceful and serene, a real sanctuary for unwinding. I'd say, the main bedroom is really bright and airy, especially in the mornings, and we've designed it to be a peaceful, serene sanctuary where we can completely unwind after a long day.
Sanctuary is a wonderful word there, Alice. It conveys such a strong feeling of refuge and calm. And peaceful and serene are perfect adjectives. For a bathroom, you might describe it as sparkling clean, newly renovated, a compact shower room, or a luxurious ensuite with a freestanding tub.
Ensuite, that's a good one to know. It means it's connected directly to the bedroom, right? My main bathroom is recently renovated with a walk-in shower and sleek modern fixtures. So, our main bathroom was recently renovated, so it feels really fresh. It has a spacious walk-in shower and sleek modern fixtures, giving it a clean, contemporary look.
Brilliant! You've used recently renovated, spacious walk-in showers, sleek, modern fixtures, and contemporary look. These are all very descriptive and common. So, we've gone through the main rooms. What about some general adjectives and phrases that can apply across the board?
Oh, yes! Like, if a house is old but in a good way, you wouldn't just say old, right? You'd say charming or full of character, maybe even rustic or quaint if it's a cottage.
Exactly. Charming and full of character are excellent. If it's a bit small, you could say compact or bijou, bijou being a slightly fancier word for small and elegant. If it's very spacious, you could say generous proportions or airy and expansive. If it's very clean and tidy, you might say immaculate or spick and span.
Ooh, spick and span. I love that one. That sounds very native. And what about if it's very bright? You mentioned bright and airy for the bedroom, but what about the whole house?
For a bright house, you can say flooded with natural light, light-filled or sunny. If it's the opposite, you might say a bit dim or gets very little natural light. And for the overall feel, you might say it has a lovely flow if the rooms connect well or a welcoming ambiance.
Lovely flow and welcoming ambiance are great. It really gets to the emotional connection we have with our homes. How about some phrases or idioms that we can use, like beyond just describing the physical aspects?
Excellent idea, Alice. Native speakers often weave in these kinds of expressions. For instance, if you're talking about making it your own, you might say, "We've really put our stamp on it," or "We've made it our own." If it feels like home instantly, you could say, "It felt like home the moment we walked in."
Oh, put our stamp on it. I love that. It means you've personalized it, right? Made it unique to you. And felt like home the moment we walked in is such a warm, inviting phrase.
Exactly. You could also talk about the potential of a place. If it needs some work, you might say, "It's a fixer-upper," or "It has a lot of potential if you see possibilities for renovation." If you've been working on it for ages, you might say, "It's a labor of love."
Fixer-upper is a classic, and labor of love really captures the effort and care. What about if you just want to say it's really comfortable, without going into too much detail?
You could simply say, "It's very homely," or "It's incredibly comfortable." Or, if you want to emphasize its relaxed nature, "It's a very laid-back sort of place." If you enjoy spending time there, it's a place where we love to kick back and relax.
Homely is such a good word, isn't it? It's not just comfortable, it suggests warmth and coziness too. And kick back and relax is perfect for a casual, comfortable home. This is so much more than just vocabulary, Paul. It's about conveying feeling.
It absolutely is, Alice. That's the key to sounding like a native speaker. It's not just about words, but about expressing emotions, nuances, and personal connection. Your home isn't just a building, it's your space, your refuge, your story.
Exactly. I mean, I can literally walk around my house now and describe every room, every feature, and even the feeling of it, with so much more confidence. And it makes me appreciate my home even more, ironically.
That's a fantastic takeaway. And for all our listeners out there, remember, practice makes perfect. Try describing your own home or even a friend's house using these new words and phrases. Don't be afraid to experiment, and pay attention to how native speakers describe their spaces in movies or TV shows.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget to practice speaking it out loud. It really helps solidify the new vocabulary. We hope this episode has given you plenty of tools to describe your house like a true native speaker.
It's been a pleasure exploring the ins and outs of home descriptions with you, Alice, and with all our fantastic listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in to Captain English. We really appreciate your support and your dedication to improving your English.
And remember what Paul said earlier. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us a lot and ensures you don't miss any of our future episodes. Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep speaking English like a boss.
That's right. From me, Paul, and Alice, thank you for joining us on Captain English. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye for now, everyone.